All right, 97.7 Outlaw Radio FM listeners, we are live in full effect right here, right now. We got the one and only, we got Memphis, Tennessee legend, we got Z-Dogg live on the line. How are you doing this evening?
Man, I'm doing real good. I'm doing great, man. How about yourself?
I'm doing pretty good, man. I am doing pretty good. I first and foremost have to say, man, it is an honor to have you on my radio station, man. I've been a fan of yours for a long time, so just being able to converse with you and being able to interview a southern hip-hop legend like yourself, man, is an absolute honor. So thank you so much for giving us a little bit of your time this evening.
Man, I really appreciate it, man. I really appreciate you having me on your show, man. I really do.
But I gotta ask you, man, I want to take you back right to the beginning, and one thing I've always wanted to know, man, is what actually made you decide to get into the music industry initially? Like, what actually sparked the legendary career of Z-Dogg?
Man, I started with Skinny Pimp, man. What really made me take it serious is I wrote a rap, and Skinny came back with $500 and like, here's $500 for that rap you wrote, and I was like, I'm doing this.
And I remember as well, I believe you actually were on the album War, if I'm not mistaken. Like, you released that in 1997.
Yeah, to give me some more, yeah. Yep, I was on the cover and everything, man.
And I have to ask you as well, man, it's going back to your Skinny Pimp days, man. Like, what was it like just touring the world with him, man? Because you actually, like, went on a huge tour with him, man. And you actually headlined for individuals like Keith Sweat, 702. Like, if you can, tell us a little bit more about that tour, because that right there would have been an amazing experience for any artist, especially so young and early on in your career.
Man, it was great. It was a great experience. Like you said, I was young, so I didn't know it. I knew exactly what we was doing, but I didn't really suck it in as much as I did as I'm older now, you know. But it was a great experience. We was on tour with New Edition, man. You know, Skinny Pimp was signed to 40th Street Records at the time, and we had a song together, and they wanted to do that song on a tour. So I was able to go. And, you know, we was performing that song every night. You know, we'll perform, like I say, Bobby Brown them perform at the big stadium in that place, whatever state we was in. And after they perform at that stadium or the concert venue, we would perform at the after parties. Every after party, they would come there and they'll introduce me and Skinny, and we'll do all the gigs every night, man. It was a great experience, man.
And I have to ask you, well, was it just like a U.S. tour, or did you actually go all across the globe with that tour?
Well, we was just on the U.S. side, but they did go overseas, but me and Skinny didn't go when they went overseas. We only went to the ones they was in the States.
And I gotta say as well, though, that is actually pretty astonishing, man. You know what I mean? Just being able to go on a huge tour over one sum. And it's crazy how the music industry actually works sometimes.
Yeah, man, it was great, man. It was great, man. It was so much. I love that experience, man. It was great, man. I tell a lot of people about it, man, because we didn't have the internet then, you know. So I feel like if we would have had the internet, man, a lot of people would know about it. But we didn't have the internet then. We was just really out here passing out flyers, you know, like we used to do.
And just going back for one moment, I have to ask you, how did yourself and Skinny originally meet? Like, you guys obviously did a song together, of course. That's what got you guys on tour. But, like, how did you guys actually meet and actually form?
Well, okay, I met Skinny's brother, Kevin, AK. He's my rap partner. I knew I got a local tape called Z-Dogg and AK. Well, I met AK one day outside, and he was like, man, I'm headed down the street. My brother is opened up with a record shop. And I'm like, okay, who was your brother? He's like, Skinny Pimp, my brother. I'm like, well, yeah, whatever, bro, whatever. He's like, man, I'm serious, man. Skinny Pimp, my brother, man, come on, you can walk down here with me. We finna go down here and open up his shop. I'm like, cool. So we started walking towards Skinny Pimp's new shop he was about to open. So I got there, and it was Skinny Pimp, and he wasn't lying. It was like, man, it was shocking because, you know, everybody in Memphis was a fan of Skinny Pimp in the days, back in the days, man. He's a big Memphis legend, man, you know? And so when I met him that day, he asked me, did I rap? And I'm like, yeah, I do a little something. But I really wasn't no good rapper. I just used to rap here and there. And, you know, I really wasn't that good. But I guess, you know, Skinny, he saw something in me, man. He took me up under his wing, man. It's like went from there. I started off being his hype man. He didn't instantly put me on no music right then, but I started off being his hype man. And it just went from there.
And going back as well, when you actually mentioned AK a few moments ago, that was actually one of the next questions I have on my list. But I remember as well that you actually sold around over 1,000 CDs underground, just underground wise, with your album Z-Dogg and AK, and it was actually featuring DJ Paul of 3 6 Mafia. And I have to ask, what was it like collaborating with DJ Paul of 3 6 Mafia? And of course, how did yourself and AK get connected with Paul?
Well, Skinny was already connected with DJ Paul and Juicy J at the time, so we was all a big family. Back then, it was like 3 6 Mafia and Give Me Some family. A lot of people used to say that. It was like we was all big one family. It was like the 3 6 Mafia and the Give Me Some family. We was collabing with each other a lot, so it wasn't nothing for them to come to our studio and get on our stuff, or us to go to their studio and get on their stuff. You know what I mean? Because Lil Gene had a lot of stuff with them, and Skinny did too. It was like a big family, man. So it really wasn't that hard at the time to get them at our studios to get on our tape. But I really appreciate Paul coming through and doing it, man, for us, man. It was a real great experience, man. I do remember one thing. I was in the studio one day recording, and Paul was there. And it was like 90-something, 96, 7, right? And I was going there to record. And I had been singing. I had been harmonizing and singing on songs a long time. But they wouldn't let me sing on it. So they like, Z-Dogg, we not singing, man. We rapping, so come on out that booth. And I was like, man, that kind of shocked me because, everybody is singing now. And I was like, been doing this stuff since like the 90s.
And I gotta say as well, just going back to when you said like you guys were all family, when you actually go back and listen to that record, I noticed that you guys have such phenomenal chemistry on that Z-Dogg and AK record. Like, it's just when DJ Paul was in there with you guys, you could feel the chemistry. You could tell, like, you know what I mean? It wasn't like you guys just met. It was like a family-oriented record, man.
It was, man. It really was a family, man. We used to hang out. We used to go, like, travel to the States, man. Me, Paul, and Skinny used to go, like, out of town and stuff. That's how it was.
And also as well, man, you actually created your own record label as well, where you are the CEO of 4R Records, man. I was wondering, can you tell our listeners a bit more about your amazing record label, and of course, who is currently signed to you today?
Well, I used to have I started 4R. Once the Give Me Some family stopped recording, I was like, hey, I need to start my own label because Skinny is not recording no more, so I need to start my own label because I'm so deep into this rap game now, I don't need to be stopping or slowing down. So I started my own label. It's 4R, man. It's like 4R Records. It's real rough, rugged, and raw. So I started that, man. I used to have a couple of guys on my label, basically family members like my brother and my cousins, man. C-Baby, BD, Mac Michi, Albert, man. I had a couple of guys on there. Fetty the Boss, man. I had a couple of guys on my label. But now it's just me, man. I've been focusing more on me lately.
And I gotta say, it's completely understandable, especially with this day and age. Everybody can just distribute themselves now, unfortunately. So everybody has their own record label just to put themselves out. It's weird how the music industry changed. It almost went backwards.
Yeah, I know, right? I love being independent, man. It's like the best thing, man. You can put your own music out when you get ready. You don't have to worry about nobody telling you what to rap about or nothing. You just you're your own boss. And then one thing good about it, you get all the money.
And most definitely, if you notice, a lot of those big labels as well, like, you don't really hear them anymore. Like, I think some of the big ones are still around, but I don't really know how they're still around because, I think they're mainly just around because of their name, just because of the prestige behind it. But at the end of the day, man, in my opinion, labels are slowly dying.
Yeah, I think so too. They're gonna have to revamp their whole thing to get more artists to sign with them, man. But I'm gonna tell you one thing, man. Artists are still signing with these labels. A lot of artists are still signing, especially at a young age. These young guys are really signing to these labels, man.
And I gotta say, especially when you're young and you get a nice big fat check put in front of you, if someone says that if someone's like 18 years old and you get $1 million check, most of the time, if I was 18 and I got $1 million check, I'd be like, yo, where's the pen?
Yeah, I would have too. At one point in time, to Give Me Some had an opportunity like that. Back in the days, these people brought us a contract and wanted us to sign, but it was not a good contract. They really was trying to get over on us. So we didn't do it.
And also as well, I actually saw that you actually teamed up with Tinny May to release Old Ways and Old Ways and Old Ways 2. I was wondering, what's the story behind
Tiny
those
Man.
projects? How did you guys actually get connected?
Man, me and Tiny Man met through DJ Zirkin, man. You know, he's a legend in Memphis too, man. You know, Tiny Man's one of my best friends, man. We came together, man, like, let's do this tape, man. You know, me and Tiny Man had a great chemistry together, man. We like come together and make it happen so good, man. The chemistry we have together, man. And we did this Old Ways, and we put it out. And then it was doing so good that we had to do a part 2. So we did a part 2 in Germany. We did tapes called cassette tapes are really selling again. A lot of people don't believe that, but cassette tapes are really selling again like it used to. It's really popular, man. So we came together and did this Old Ways 2, man, with my guy Tasso Skinny Fenster from Germany, man. Shout out to him. He made all the tracks, man. Him and this guy named DJ Ricky, man, they made all the tracks for it. And me and Tiny Man got in my studio, man, laid all the vocals down and, man, put it together. And matter of fact, we even have a movie we're working on. It's going to come out this year. It's called Old Ways, the movie. And it's based off our first album, Old Ways. It's based off of that. It's going to be a great movie, man. You need to be looking out for it. It's coming out this year.
And I know you probably can't let too many cats out of the bag pertaining to the movie, but yourself and Tiny, like, are you guys gonna be portraying yourselves, or is it gonna be like a documentary, or is it gonna be kind of like that Straight Outta Compton, where you guys actually kind of like hire actors to portray you guys?
We're gonna be playing ourselves in here.
I gotta say, it's gonna sound like a phenomenal project, man. It's most definitely gonna be good to have a good movie coming out, man. Because with COVID, all the movies got put to a stop, so it's gonna be good to have a nice, good documentary, like biopic, out for us hip hop fans.
It will, man. It will, man. Especially for guys like me and Tiny, man, because we are old school rappers, and once the internet came out, man, it's like I had to recreate myself. It's like once the internet came out, it's like, man, everybody online like, who is Z-Dogg? Who is Z-Dogg? Because these people didn't hardly know who I was no more. It's shocking, but once the internet came out, I had to recreate myself. You can tell from my raps, I don't rap nothing like I used to in the 90s. I recreated my style, man, my flow and everything to keep me relevant with the time. Because the internet changed my whole man process of putting out music, man. It changed it up, man. I had to I had to revamp the whole platform, man.
And also, as well, I saw that earlier this year you actually won the 7th annual Memphis Hip Hop Award for Slept On Male Artist of the Year. I was wondering if you can tell our listeners a bit more about that award, and like, what was it like actually just earning that achievement and to be recognized, in my personal opinion, as one of the best?
Man, I really want to shout out to Mr. Rico Owens, man. He gave me an award, man. You know, I've been putting in work in Memphis a lot, man. I've been putting in a lot of work, man. And I feel like I really deserve that, man. You know, I really appreciate it, man. I'm a real humble guy, man. I really appreciate that award, man, because I do be putting in that work. And a lot of people that know me know that Z-Dogg put their work in, because that's what I do, man. I really appreciate it, man. You know, a lot of hard work, and you just got to stay consistent, man, whatever you do, man. You know, just stay consistent, because consistency wins. If you stay doing this show and you keep on doing it, it's going to go all the way to the top. And no matter what you're doing in life, if you stay doing it, it's going to get better. And you're going to see better, you know, progress. You're going to see better numbers and everything. If you keep on doing it, man, you got to stay consistent.
And I gotta say as well, congratulations on that, on just achieving that award, man. Because I gotta say, you most definitely deserve a hell of a lot more awards than what you've already earned, man. Like I said, I grew up listening to your music since a Skinny Pimp days, man. So I just want to say, man, you better get a trophy case, because those awards, they're coming, man. I'm telling you, they're coming in hot.
I really, man, I'm looking forward to it, man. I know one thing, I'm going to keep on working, and I'm going to keep on being me, and I'm going to stay consistent, man, for real.
But also, as well, I noticed one of my favorite newer collaborations that you actually did is with a fellow artist by the name of Nasty Nardo. And you guys actually collaborated to make the song Stop Playing With Me. And I have to ask, man, can you tell our listeners a little bit more about this phenomenal release? And, of course, where can we actually buy or stream ourselves a copy of this single today?
Well, all my music is on all platforms, Spotify, man, everywhere, man. Apple Music, anywhere you listen to your music, my music is there. And me and Nancy Nardo came by because I am the one. If you haven't seen, I do the Memphis verses. I'm the one that put that together. I had these Memphis rappers versus each other. So I had Nancy Nardo versus Miscellaneous. And so I was just chopping it up with him. So he was like, man, let's do this song. And he put me on his CD, and I put him on my CD. And it just came out like that, man, because I got so much stuff going. Like I said, I do the Memphis verses, and I got this thing called a Memphis Rap-Off, too.
And I gotta say as well, I had the opportunity to chop it up with Nasty Nardo, and I gotta say, man, such a phenomenal individual, man. And your guys' chemistry on this record as well is absolutely phenomenal. And I actually have this song in the station's rotation. It's been spinning there for quite some weeks, so I'm gonna make sure after this broadcast, for the people that are just tapping in that is new to 97.7 FM, they're gonna get a little chance to hear Z-Dogg and Nasty Nardo tear it up,
I really appreciate that, man. I really do, man. I swear I do.
But also as well, man, you actually created your own clothing line called Z Archie Clothing. I was wondering if you could tell our listeners a bit more about this phenomenal company. And of course, where can we actually grab ourselves some apparel today?
Well, I started this line called Z Archie, because a lot of my friend guys and skinny pimp dudes always call me Z Archie. What's up, Z Archie? So I started my own clothing line, man. It's been doing real good, man. I have a couple of links on my website. You can go to my website, zdogg.com, z-dogg.com. I have my own website there. You can check out a few things there in my store. And plus, you can check out my Instagram, Z-Dogg4R, which I be promoting a lot of my stuff on there. And I have my stuff on this link called Redbubble, where I have people go there and then ship them to wherever you at. It don't matter where you can get stuff shipped to you. The Outta has been doing real good, man. I swear, I really appreciate everybody that's been showing me love on that, man. I really just jumped in the water on this new clothing line, and it's been doing good.
And also as well, I actually saw that you were actually working alongside Pastor Troy to drop a record titled Trappin' Like a Trapper. I was wondering if you can tell our listeners a bit more about this phenomenal project, and what can they expect when it does drop to the general public?
Okay, well, I'm working on my new album. I'm thinking about calling it Walking with the Big Dog or The Dog House. I don't know. I'm choosing between those two. Either I should have called it Walking with the Big Dog or The Dog House. But Pastor Troy is on this album I'm putting out. I'm working on it now. I'm like 6 songs in. I even got a song with Gangsta Black I just did like a few days ago. So it's real tight, too. So this song I got with Pastor Troy, man, Trapping Like a Trapper, man, is real nice, man. I decided my guy, Outlaw, he made all the tracks for me, man. And this CD is gonna be awesome, man. I think it's gonna be one of my best albums I'm doing. I did it because I'm focusing on it. I'm taking my time with it, making sure it's right. But I think it's gonna be a great album, man. Shout out to Pastor Troy, man. I can't wait to let the fans hear it, man. It's a real nice album.
It most definitely sounds like a phenomenal project, man. I'm most definitely looking forward to getting my hands on a copy of that record when it does drop to the general public.
Yeah, man, it's gonna be awesome, man. For real. You know, I got the podcast with me and DJ Zert. I got the Icon Academy podcast with me and DJ Zert. We do too.
If you don't want me asking, man, but plug that actually. Where can our listeners check that out if they don't already know about that?
Yeah, we have this podcast where we interview a lot of people from Memphis. It don't matter where you're from. We have a lot of people on our podcast called The Icon Academy. It's on YouTube. We on Spotify. You can listen to us wherever you listen to your podcast. We there, man. This is The Icon Academy, man. Shout out to DJ Zert. And it's been doing real great, man. I'm talking about this podcast has been doing real good. For real, we have a lot of people coming up that we're going to have on there. We had DJ Squeaky on there. We have Gangsta Pat on there. We have MC Mac on there. We have everybody from Memphis. Skinny Pimp, Nancy Nardo. We don't have everybody on this podcast. And it's been doing real good, man.
But also, other than the podcast, man, and of course, your project featuring Gangsta Black and Pastor Troy, man, what is next for the legendary Z-Dogg? Is there anything we happen to miss? Anything else you still want to talk about or promote while we stop you here live on the Canadian airwaves?
Well, I want to say one thing. I do the Memphis Rap-Offs where I have like 16 contestants in Memphis. It's like a song battle. It's not a rap battle. It's like it's song for song. If your song is better than his, you win. and I give away $500, and I give away a championship custom Memphis wrap-off belt that I have made. And I'm on my fourth one right now. As a matter of fact, I just sold my fourth one about a couple of weeks ago, the Memphis wrap-off 4. And I teamed up with this group called Look Goldie Music, man. Shout out to them, man, for real. And plus, I want to say something on your show tonight that nobody haven't heard of that I got coming up real soon. I have this new game show coming out in Memphis called Bet You Don't Know. I'm going to be the host, and I have this game show. I'm going to have people from Memphis on here, and I'm going to be asking them questions about Memphis. And you got to know your Memphis history. You got to know your Memphis food history, and you got to know your Memphis music history. And I'm going to have a game show, and I'm going to be giving away prizes, and it's going to be a great show, man. I'm working on that right now, and it's going to be airing this year. And this is the first time anybody ever heard about it tonight on your show.
Hey, man, I gotta say, I appreciate the exclusive, man. And I'm looking forward to that game show as well. Like, I have to ask you, like, is it gonna be actually, like, on cable television, or is it gonna be, like, an internet broadcast sort of game show?
It's gonna be both. I'm working on getting on cable channels, like cable channel 17 and channel 30. I'm working on it right now. So I think it's gonna be on cable channel TV, and it's gonna be online as well.
I gotta say, I'm glad it's gonna be online as well, because I was just about to hop off the air once we get off here and actually be searching up my cable channels to see if I can get me a Memphis station.
Yeah, man, because this show I'm working on right now is gonna be awesome, man. I'm telling you, man, it's gonna be real great. It's gonna be entertaining and funny and knowledgeable.
Hey, well, you know what? You have me sold. And ladies and gentlemen, make sure you keep your eyes peeled for that, because it sounds like it's gonna be a phenomenal broadcast on the internet and, of course, cable television as well.
Yes, exactly, man. It's called Memphis Bet You Don't Know.
I like the name of that too, man. It's catchy. I really do like that.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man.
But also, so Z-Dogg, this is the time in the interview quickly right before I wrap things up that I give a chance for the individual that slides into the radio station airwaves, just a chance to give shout-outs to whomever they want to give shout-outs to, but most of all, your social media handles. That way our listeners can follow the legendary Z-Dogg and stay updated on everything new if they're not already doing so.
Yeah, man, you can follow me on Instagram, man, at Z-Dogg4R, Z-D-O-G-G-4R. You know, I be on there a lot. You know, you can follow me on my Facebook page. You know, my real name is Zerick, and you'll see me come up. You type in Zerick, Z-E-R-R-I-C-K, and I come up. And like I said, man, please go follow my YouTube channel called The Icon Academy, and check out all interviews, man. I have all my shows on there. I have the Memphis Versus on there. I have the Icon Academy podcast, and I have the Memphis Rap Offs on there, and I have another podcast called The Rap Talk, and it's been doing great, man. I got so much stuff on there. Make sure you check out my website, Z-Dogg.com, and it's all my music. You can check out all my music on there.
Most definitely. I gotta say, Z-Dogg, again, thank you so much for just giving us a little bit of your time this evening and sliding into the 97.7 Outlaw Radio FM airways. Me personally, I've been a fan for a long time, so just being able to have the opportunity to interview one of Memphis' greatest hip-hop icons of all time. Thank you so much, man, and I'm looking forward to your game show and all of your new projects that are currently in the works, man. It's definitely gonna be, 2021 is gonna be the year of Z-Dogg, in my personal opinion.
I appreciate it, man, because you know what? Z-Dogg putting that work in.
Oh, man, most definitely. But I gotta say, you're always putting that work in, man, so I'm excited to see what 2022 is gonna bring you as well.
I know, right? I'm still gonna be working and trying to make it bigger and bigger, man. I'm trying to be consistent, man. I'm trying to take it to the top.
Hey, man, I gotta say, you're already there, man, you know what I mean? All you gotta do is plant the flag at the top of the mountain, man, because you're already there and you're already solidified within hip-hop history.
No, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it, man. It's nothing but love.
Most definitely, Z-Dogg. Thank you so much again, man. I gotta say, most definitely have yourself an amazing night out there in Memphis, man. And hopefully down the line we can make this happen again sometime soon.
Man, we sure will, man. You have a great day, man. Shout out to the whole Canada, man. I really appreciate y'all checking me out, man. It's nothing but love, man. You know what? I'm working on my passport right now. I'm trying to come y'all way, man. I'm coming to Germany too.
Hey, once you get your passport going, let me know, man. I most definitely will try and get you down here to Canada for a show, man. Because I miss concerts, and I know damn well the listeners do, too. So, let's make it happen.
All right. I swear I do.
Most definitely, man. But I gotta say, Z-Dogg, thank you so much again, man. And definitely have yourself a wonderful night, man. Again, thank you.
All right, man. I appreciate you. Have a nice night, too, man.
You as well.
All right.